Okay. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? As I give myself a few minutes to gather myself, um, hmm, this is very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, people want to stay away from this. All right. All right. Let's go for something, guys. Just checking something. I'm checking how I sound. Okay, I think I sound good on my end. So I guess we could start. I'm all ready. I'm all set. So let's begin. Welcome again to another stream Chaos Rain channel. I am Chaos Rain here. Tonight, we're gonna deal with the gamer, and not only the side of gaming, but I would say I hold and propose an ideal for young people, roughly over the age of 16, most likely. I would say 18 and up, but we can go a little younger. Younger good. A suggestion, and this won't hurt. A very good suggestion. Before I begin, let me show and present to y'all now what I have finally completed. And it took a while, but like most works, a work is never done. As I share y'all, you can now find, I like to call roughly season 1 of Chaos Rain channel on audio podcasting. Yes. I've been telling this for the last year, and I did share it on my previous live streams uploads. If not, I double checked, but moving forward, you can now find a bunch of episodes now on podcasts. And let me see if I can share this. Where is it? Here you go. This is the Chaos Rain channel on 8 platforms. As you know, the 8 platforms from Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast. I guess it's considered Rocket Cast. Seems interesting. Radio Public, Spotify, and Copy RSS. As you can tell, this is Spotify of Chaos Rain channel. Roughly, you see all the episodes you could play. Some range length from an hour to roughly close to 2 hours. The average time, I would say, roughly an hour, maybe. This is the one on Spotify. So if you're not subscribed to Spotify, what you want for? Find me on Spotify, titled The Chaos Reign. Also, you can find me on Breaker as well. I think that's clear enough. I don't know if y'all can see it, but yeah. All episodes. And if I could recall, what is the average count of episodes that I have done and now converted into podcasts? Here you can find me on Google Podcasts as well. It gives more descriptive of hours. Some label entertainment, some label mature or explicit. You could tell, you could read from yourself. And the last one is Apple Podcasts. As you could tell. This is season 1. And as you know, roughly, I believe the count total, if I could remember, I roughly have 290 episodes in counting of all of 2019. And even now we're in a new decade, new year. You'll see season 2 eventually will arrive shortly. I think moving forward, podcast is pretty simple. It's a little bit more work if you're trying to go from video recording to actual audio recording on another platform. As you know, this is not a simple, easy thing. This is timely process. So, like always, as you click on, I appreciate if y'all support the podcast, the channel. The description is usually left during every podcast on, these websites. So, if you like it, drop a dime onto the material. What's this? I've I feel, and this is me now, that moving forward, that if a lot of people are not taking advantage of different outlets to put out material, you're wasting time at this point. And I'm just telling y'all personally that, as any man or woman, especially now that people do have time on their hands, you should not be wasting your time. You should not be wasting your time just fooling around, or what I like to call skylocking. That's another story. One other thing I would like to say before I go into today's subject is I've noticed that when it comes to communities and the self-hatred of particularly black community, it shows a presence how much we really have a disdain, hate for one another. And as a man, no one wants to see, a group of people go back and forth to impose their will that someone is more important than the other, someone's right, someone's wrong. It doesn't get nowhere. Move forward. I feel have disdain, hate. I feel that move forward, the only solution is you have to get psychological counseling, therapy. There's no way around it. And I know most black people don't hear that, but that's the only solution I see moving forward. Because in a society you live in that already promotes the hatred and the negativity of being quote unquote, black. you're not gonna see a society have different views, opposing views on your skin color, your features, nothing. They're gonna look at you as is and treat you like how they've been treating you for centuries. Um, so I'm not gonna go any more further than that because I could waste my time all day talking about it, but y'all get the point. Okay, let me circle around and find something. Now I'm not gonna put up no stats, cause I think y'all get the point. But I'm gonna shoot off the lip today and say this. In regards to gaming, there are millions of users that's in the cyber world, cyberspace, playing video games. Roughly out that ratio, the average is mostly young males. I think over the age of maybe 10 to 35, maybe. This is what I'm just quoting from off my head, from how I see it. Are the known gamers that consume video games, play video games, um, spend money, and buy buy video games, not only the systems but also the games itself. And with all this consumption, what we see today, I took a step back and said, with a lot of opportunity and with the power of the internet and your computer at your fingertips, a lot of young males, and we could say females, but for the sake of conversation, mostly males play more video games than females. Why aren't our young men being the proponent to not only playing these hardcore games, but go as far as be the innovators and creating of the next gen of video games? From the latest fighting games, RPG games, third person adventure games, third person shooters, first person shooters, etc. Why wouldn't most young people that play so much of these games go back and look at the games they play and it doesn't hit them, say, it would be nice to not only play my favorite Rainbow Six, my Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, my wrestling games, my NBA 2K20, and we can say football too, Madden, and be a proponent or the creator of making my own version of these titles. And I feel why this never came to the mindset of a lot of our young people, because no one has ever brought the idea of not only they can do it, but what tools they could use right now to make this a reality. And I'd like to tell you today, hold on, and let me try this. Oh wow. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna try something. And I'm saying to myself, why not find the necessary little online schools to not only show me how a game is archetype, how it's constructed, but how to create it. And I figure that's not a bad idea. So let me do this. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna post something on the chat room because this is something new I'm going to try. And I'm gonna screen share my Okay, good. So now here are a few online schools. I think the first one I will click onto and show y'all is a school titled Coursera. As you can tell from the website Coursera, and you can sign for free and do a class with no charge. These are a very a one in many a few online schools that you could look into now. Now they ask Chaos, why are you trying to post a school? I don't want to learn no school to do service. I don't want to go back to school. Hell, I don't want to even look into potentially going in and taking time out my day to be sitting near my computer to learn a basic skill or learn a new skill. Well, today you're going to learn today. This might sound boring to a lot of users that will come and view this, but I'm telling you right now, you must take advantage of the many outlets that is available now without pulling out your bank account. As you can tell, few things that you'll know or have to get an understanding if you're going to be creating games. You have to learn how to code. Yes, I said it, code. Where you guys sit there, take strings, variables, binary, create comments, all the above. You have to learn that to really make a game. One of the few things that will get you real start to get your hands on coding is what they call Python. As y'all know, Python is a very powerful tool. Second to C coding or C programming, Python is one of them regular coding that is used to average users. And as you think about it, the skills you'll gain through this, and I'm not sure if I could zoom in. Can I zoom in on this? I don't think so. You can see here skills you will gain: JSON, XML, Python program, database, Python syntax and semantics, basic program language, computer programming, data structures, etc. It shows here in the description here what you will learn. Now, mind you, this is just the maybe I believe this is the beginner stage, or it could be from 0 to upper. But nonetheless, you see a professor here, and obviously this right here is teach in the University of Michigan. And it goes in more about all the other stuff. And you can earn a certification if you want. That's one, Python. And you can roll, let's say you can roll today. But next, let's go down. I'm only going to look at the gaming parts, nothing more, nothing less. And there's another Python course. As we can look here. Same thing. Program language, computer programming. And as y'all know, one of the essence of just to get an understanding of how to make the functions of a character or the background to interact, you need an understanding of the basics of simple computer programming or coding. And if most of y'all young people that will listen to this, coding can be easy depending on what platform you use to code. On the next online school, it gives out a variety of codes, language you can use. So let's go down. And let me see what this one is. Unity. I believe one of the few things from what is shown here, Unity. Unity, if people don't know what Unity is an application that will help you create your first game. And I'm going to type up more about Unity so you could get a more hands-on look what it is. Right here in this video shows you a split screen of an environment where walk through steps, introduction activities, free from Unity license. Build a basic game level. See the objects from background, schematics, environment, moving objects, how objects function. Normally they use a variety of C code, C++, and etc. I believe it also use a Java language as well. You create from killable components, add health to killable components, create patrol components, create spin components, and use attributes to improve workflow. This is based on Unity. And it requires a same basic of understanding of computer language. Now, mind you, this might be foreign to the average youngster that's over the age of 25, I believe. But if you're in your teenage age, mostly roughly every school now, right now, and quote me, I could be wrong. I want people to leave me a comment at the end of this video to correct me. Every student now is required to learn some basic form of coding. I believe when I was in high school, they never teach nothing about coding. And I left high school a very long time, people. The only time I know coding start to be present, and this is my guess, I could be wrong, and I would say in the late 2000s. Roughly, mind you, roughly. I could be wrong. But people don't know, say, other school systems, school districts, public or charter, private, especially private schools on the average, and usually private schools usually deal with suburb, mostly that's children that are non-black, are learning some form of coding. If you look at one of your favorite online websites or applications that you like to entertain or use, from example, from Facebook, IG, WhatsApp app, Twitter, all that was created and designed by coders. Some young men that became men that have a formal understanding or knowledge of computer science. You get it? So, you're not going to escape the coding aspect that you have to understand the basics of computer language. I sometimes have to sit there and take more practice just to understand the basics of coding. Not saying I create games myself at this time. I played them, but I never took part in how to create a basic game. Now, normally when you sign up for these classes in Coursera, they will have a line of classes you could take for free. But for the sake of this subject matter for this episode, podcast, we're only dealing with the gamer aspect because I'm only bring this up because I find too many of our young people play these games but never envision themselves say, I could make a better game. Hell, I could do one tomorrow and just attempt to make a game from scratch. If I'm diligent, what's the word? I'm determined and I very at it where I'm sitting there taking time off my day to make not only a basic game, but make it something that I could eventually be profitable. So this is Unity. And we're going to go back. And let's keep going down. And there's more Python programming here. There's levels of Python programming. Scripts in Python, Python programming, Python 3 programming. And we go down. And this is it. Now if I type up Java. We're gonna type in JavaScript. What we have: web design, full stack web development, programmer's foundation with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. JavaScript, jQuery, more programming, software engineering fundamentals, interactive with Java, full stack web and multi-platform, mobile app development. And maybe I might do a show on the aspect of most people, especially men, should be creating their own version of a mobile app. But that'll be for another story. And let me see. And we're going to check C++. C. As you know, C++ for C programming, part A, introduction to programming. These are all beginner stage. They go from beginner to intermediate to advanced. And that's it. And this is Corsair. Now, as I'm looking, okay, I can't see anybody in the comment section. So now we go on to Udemy. And to be honest with y'all, I'm kind of proud of this particular online school. And I'm going to tell you why. I have a good friend, another content creator, Miss Rainy Woman. She talked about these online schools for people, adults and younger adults, to look into and buying their time or trying to learn and attain another skill. Which nothing's wrong with that, because when you as a person, depending on your workload or what you always have time. You will make time if you're thinking of learning or having another certification, or to potentially use what you learn to self-employ yourself. Either or, they are outlets and online classes right now. Some for free, some you have to pay. Right now, from what I'm seeing from Udemy, this is the only online school right now that I kind of like. And they're very affordable. To me, I would tell most people, and even myself, from the course that they lay out, and they always got a sale every 2-3 weeks, depending, and that's cool. But I'll be honest with y'all, some of these classes that pay under less than $200 or over, that's nothing. And I would tell every young man, and we could say woman too, that don't always think that you just want to go keep paying a cheap course. These courses right now are no greater than under $300. And when you buy the course stays in your archives forever. Yes, forever. You could take the class anytime, how long you want to take it, on your own pace, just like any other online course. So, to the gaming part of this, like I said, they got boot camp for Python, go from zero to hero, web development, machine lab learning. But to the video game aspect of this, we go down, and I'm trying to find one of a few nice games to play or learn how to create a game is through the powerful software of what they call Unreal Engine. Now, what is that? I'll play a sample for y'all.
Hi, my name is Ben Tristram, founder of Game Dev TV, and for this course I've teamed up with...
Hello, my name's Michael, and I'll be guiding you through most of this course, improving your C++ skills and getting you into Unreal.
So how are we going to get you into this big, complex, but very capable engine? We're going to start by making sure that your environment is set up properly. We're going to take care to make sure you're accommodated on Windows, on Mac, and on Linux, and we're going to give you the choice of using either Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, depending on your platform.
And in the second section, we'll make a basic console game. This will enable you to cut your teeth on C++ and get you ready for Unreal.
So moving on from there, we've done something pretty cool. We've made you a cunning asset, which will allow you to operate as if you're programming a console, like an old school console, but inside Unreal Engine. Two benefits to this. You'll get to build on your basic C++, and you'll get to see how C++ interfaces with Unreal Engine.
In this game, it's a first-person puzzle game, and the great thing about this is you get to interface with Unreal and interact with your environment, being able to control the world around you through both code and a bit of blueprints.
What an exciting looking journey. So if you would like to have access to all the existing and future content, please enroll in this course with us now.
So that's Unreal Engine. And I'll click on to show you more in depth what it is. It's a little bit more advanced than I think it's called Unity. And the reason why I said Unity, because Unity is a same game application. Downloading the software is cheap, and you don't have to pay to create games. Some of it is free base, just like coding. But usually, as you want more material or want access to other templates to make a game more attracting, you might have to pay something. But overall, it's actually free. Let me go down. I'm just gonna go straight down. And like I said, Unreal Engine, I'll type it, let y'all see what it really is. Let's go down. Yeah. And as you can tell, to even understand Unreal Engine, you have to understand basic coding, which should not be nothing new or surprising if you're 16 and up, because your school systems, whether public, charter, or whatever, have teach you some little coding. It might teach you all of it, but it teach you basic understanding of some coding. And if not, if you don't have no working knowledge, then like I said, Udemy will be another online school that you could look into to code. And as I click here, one here, I think it's Python. So let me check this JavaScript. In JavaScript, it teaches you to work the fundamental concepts, understand advanced concepts such as closure, pivotal, interference, IIFES, and much more. Avoid common pitfalls, mistakes other JavaScript coders make. Build your own JavaScript framework or library. Write solid, good JavaScript codes. Improve your ability to debug problems in JavaScript. Understand the source code of popular JavaScript frameworks, etc. And I believe this might be their more advanced course. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's go back. As I go back to development. And let's check. As you tell, or as you can see, there are many more interactions. You could learn from the basic. And here's the one with C code with Udemy. Let me click onto that. And like I said, there are sales for each price. There is a 30-day money back guarantee. But like any person that's learning, I'm gonna keep it with y'all. If you buy the course and they let you keep it as long as you want, study when you're ready and all that stuff, to ask for a refund, it doesn't make sense. Especially if you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars to take a course or a class on a regular university, which you normally will pay, just to learn something where you can pay for less. And the reason why this is such a possibility and why is the price is so low, not only on this online school but the other one that you could probably sign for free, is because now there are more people that will sign up in the thousands. So you're not gonna normally pay thousands of dollars just to learn basic coding or even learn how to create a game, which they're showing right now through advertisement through social media like Facebook, IG, etc. Normally they'll give you a gaming laptop to help you draw and write and create your game. But overall, that's not necessary for you to spend $10,000 to learn how to create a game. That's stupid. And mind you, if you're a person that got the money and you feel you want to spend more just to buy the course through its actual price through these other outlets, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm not telling you to say go, don't do it. But like I said, you want to get your feet dirty in understanding the mechanics of what it takes. What's the environment? What's the structure? How to write a script? How to formulate your ideals? Hell, how can you make your environment cohesive to the character's interaction, to what you're trying to get out of? These are things you will learn through online schools like Udemy and Coursera. Now, the complete C Unity Development 3D Learn Code Make Games. Now, this is the complete course. And let's play and see a preview of this.
Hey, would you like to learn to code by making computer games? My name's Ben and I've already taught over 300,000 people like you to learn to code by making games. And I've teamed up with...
Hey, I'm Rick. I've been a game designer for more than 13 years and we're super excited to bring you this complete Unity developer course.
So even if you've never touched C# or coding before, this course is for you. We start off with a game called Terminal Hacker, a simple hacking game where you learn the fundamentals of C#. Moving on from there, what do we do, Rick?
We jump into Project Boost, which is a game that's going to teach you all about Unity and how Unity works, moving things on screen, rotating, collisions, particle effects, lighting, lots of great fundamentals with Unity, and a really versatile game where you can take it any direction you want, create something that's shippable.
Absolutely. And in Section 3, we fuse those together in Argon Assault. This is a rails shooter. You're hurtling into the screen through a three-dimensional terrain, moving your ship around using keyboard or gamepad, particle effects, collisions, user interface for score, all sorts.
Following on from that, we jump into a 3D tower defense game where we are placing towers and spawning enemies, and there's a real heavy emphasis in this section on teaching you the fundamentals of pathfinding and building your own pathfinding algorithm.
Absolutely. So remember, with Udemy, you get lifetime access. It's a great time to learn to code. No more fun way than by making games. So please join this course now.
Yeah, so that's Udemy, as you can tell. Let's go back. And let me see if I can find one more. Hmm. There's C, basic computer code programming. Okay. Yeah, it looks like complete WordPress website business course. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. And there's like an ultimate guide to game development. Let me see what this in this one. Yeah, so it's a complete guide. Like always, you will learn master beginner C concepts like variables, if statements, arrays, create power-ups including triple shot, laser beams, speed boosts, shields, create enemies with basic AI behavior, implement sound effects, backgrounds, music, etc. Navigate through Unity engine, yep. Detect collisions, apply shaders, collect, destroy game objects, activate Unity team, collaborate, service, deploy your game to over 20 webs and mobile platforms. So, this one here is probably make more sense, and we could probably click onto this.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Weinberger, and I've been developing games with C# and Unity for the last 6 years. I've helped thousands of developers learn to code and improve their skill sets. I currently teach game development on Udemy, an online marketplace for courses. Udemy has over 17 million students learning everything from game development to piano or cooking. Enjoy courses on any device and at your own pace with lifetime access. My course, The Ultimate Guide to Game Development with Unity, is designed to teach you the fundamentals of C# programming in Unity. We'll cover everything from receiving user inputs to creating destructible objects. By the end of this course, you'll make 2 high-quality games you can share with the world. This course is for anyone who wants to learn game development or refine their technique. Whether you're interested in game development as a hobby or you want to make games professionally, this course will grow your programming skill set and help you go on to make your own games and applications. Click on the link in the bottom left of the video player to access a special discount for this course. I look forward to teaching you more about game development with Unity and C# on Udemy.
So there you have it. So, sign up today, to Udemy and Coursera. I mean, if people would ask which one's better, I can't tell y'all that because y'all guys gotta search between these 2 websites that I've came across. There was another website that Rainy Woman did present. I looked into it. I said, it's okay, but I was more feeling between Coursera and Udemy by the presentation. And one thing I would tell y'all, and listen to me good. Anytime someone creates an online school and presents a very well less than 2-minute presentation of what you will learn, the basic and stuff, I would more invest my money and time into that because presentation is key in business. The way how you present yourself on what for me to spend my money to give you a shot is critical. Very critical. And a lot of these websites you click on don't have those descriptions. They just operate like I said, that's the description, that's it. That's bad business at the end. It's bad business practice. It makes me as the user don't feel like interacting that way how they interact or present their material, they're not serious. That's how I look at it. So let's look into Unreal Engine now. This is the website. You can sign up and download the special application that will be required if you sign up to courses from, I believe, either Coursera or Udemy. But most Udemy, one of the courses really more explains of will teach you how to use Unreal Engine. Some of the games that you see that use Unreal Engine is Fortnite, Gears of War. I think Grand Theft Auto uses Unreal Engine. A lot of third-person games use Unreal Engine. So yeah, I advise, out of anything, if you want to create a more highly quality game, Unreal Engine is the way to go. So that's one. The other is Unity. Now this is Unity. It creates games, automotives, film, animation, cinema, architect, engineering, construction. This is another gaming website that you could download app to also create games as well, as you can tell. And like I said before, one is no better or greater, but like I said, it depends on what game you're trying to create. It's solely up to you. So, so I believe that's it. I think one thing I will do, I will what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave the descriptions for those two websites and also the how can I say this? The application that you to create these games there as well, but they will be on the description at the end of this podcast slash live stream. So now let me look around. Okay. All right. So I think that should be good. I think I gave you all the necessary tools and quick. Oh, one thing I will say, for those that wants to be future gamers, I'm telling y'all this. For all you youngsters, teenagers, and young adults, no set the road to creating the game that you want to envision for millions of other users that will play your game. My advice: if you create a game, make it not only look good, but make it very challenging for the average user. If your game is too easy, on the average, the person that plays your game will get bored within less than a week and eventually will no longer play your game. You want to create something where it keeps the attention span of the user that plays your game. How I know this? If you look at the average game you buy on an everyday basis and play, you'll ask yourself this question: what makes me keep playing this game every day for hours and hours? Once you can answer your own question, you have the right answer to go about what game you want to create. It's that simple. It sounds simple, but at the end of the day, it takes work once you go out and make these games. The games that you envision you want to see yourself. I notice with a lot of games that we see, we don't see enough racial ethnicity, especially a lot of black characters, men and women, in games. And I feel there's enough of our youth that is, part of the community could make this a reality. But the only thing that's stopping you is you. And the desire said, I want to see myself in the image behind that television screen or that HD screen. You as a young person have to see and envision yourself as that character, that superhero. For those that's gonna play it, to vision say, I want to be like this character, the one that you vision and create. That's why I want to see the future of gaming moving forward. And I feel with every young player or young gamer have the potential to make and create the beautiful games for the future. Now, what type of games y'all create, either mature or not mature, it solely depends on you, the creator. So, like always, be that gamer, not the one that's playing, but be that actual gamer that creates the beautiful games for the future. And I'll leave it on that note. So, like always, um, replay of this podcast, leave a comment, or I could say comment, subscribe, and like this video like always, and follow me on Twitter at ChaosReign7. And also find all my episodes not only on this channel but also on podcasts through Breaker, Spotify, Google Play, and Apple. So, but like always,